Hi, classmates. For this week's conversation regarding controversial books, I thought I'd present what I thought was an interesting choice, Junie Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus. It's written by Barbara Park and illustrated by Denise Bunkis, published by Random House for young readers in 1992. It's for ages 6 to 9 and grade levels 1 through 4, and it's 80 pages. One of the things that surprised me was that the author, Barbara Park, was named one of the 10 most frequently challenged authors alongside Toni Morrison, Maya Angelou, and John Steinbeck. To paraphrase her response, she said, "I personally happen to think that a book is of extraordinary value if it gives the reader nothing more than a smile or two. In fact, I happen to think that's huge." Here are some quick facts about Junie Jones. There are 30 books in the series. They've sold over 55 million copies. They were consistently found on the New York Times bestseller list. And from 2000 to 2009, it was number 71 on the American Library Association's top 100 banned or challenged books. But we'll get to that in a minute. The story is told by Junie Jones, who is 5 years old and is starting kindergarten. The events of the book take place in the span of one day, which I think is important to remember. The very first sentence of the book starts with, "My name is Junie Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't like Beatrice, I just like B, and that's all," which really gives us a good idea of who Junie Jones is. She continues on to tell us about meeting her teacher for the first time the week before school started, saying that she can't remember her name and refers to her as Mrs. We also can see what kind of personality she has through the illustrations in the book by her polka dot dress, her striped pants, her baseball cap with horns, and her pretty new shoes as she points them out to Mrs. As Junie continues on, we learn it's the first day of school and that she is about to ride the school bus for the first time. She says, "I stayed scared about the bus for a whole week, and last night when my mother tucked me into bed, I still felt sickish about it." Of course, when Junie gets on the bus, things don't go well at all. One incident after another, and by the time Junie gets off the bus, she's decided that she is not going to ride the bus anymore. Once at school, Junie meets a lot of other kids with a ton of different personalities, and she soon learns there's a lot of new rules and things that she must do. Soon the class takes a tour of the school, visiting the cafeteria, the nurse's office, and the library, where many of Junie B. Jones's favorite things are books and pencils. At one point in the day, Junie is talking to her new friend Lucille. When Lucille learns that Junie has to ride the bus, she tells her, "Oh, it's full of mean kids, and they pour chocolate milk on your head." Of course, Junie makes up her mind she is definitely not going to ride the school bus again. Instead, she decides to hide in the supply closet. She never gives a thought to how she's going to get home or if anybody's going to miss her, and instead she starts to explore the school and her classroom, playing with chalk, visiting the nurse's office, and playing with crutches until she decides that she doesn't like crutches anymore. To find out what happens to Junie and how she gets home, you'll have to read the rest of the book. So why is this a controversial book? Many people often cite the grammar. The story is told from Junie's perspective, so she uses words like funnest and beautiful and says things like, "It smells yummy in here, just like pescetti and meatballs." She also thinks that the green cucumber-like vegetable is called zucchini. What kid doesn't? When I was her age, I called Christmas trees kickatees. Every kid has something funny that they say. Many parents think that she is disrespectful by talking back to teachers and other adults, or calling other children names, or using the word hate. Like many children who learn the word hate, they learn it's a powerful word and try it out, but don't quite understand the full effect of using it. Others will cite the disobedience and the trouble she causes, like staying after school and not riding the school bus. And in this particular book, many people have issue with that Junie Jones does not resolve the issue of riding the school bus. However, you remember Junie Jones is only 5 years old, and the book takes place in the span of one day. However, if you remember that Junie Jones is only 5 years old, and the book takes place in the span of one day, then of course she won't be able to solve this problem, especially not by herself. And with the help of her mother, there is a resolution. So what does it teach? It'll help children identify emotions as Junie Jones describes how she feels, help children talk to their parents about their fears, like riding the school bus, help parents prepare their children for the first day of school or other new experiences, how to handle issues with other children, like name calling, and it'll give children an idea of what to expect when they start school, such as meeting the school nurse or going to the library. Here are some ideas on how to use the books to teach. You can identify character traits. You can compare or contrast a couple of characters. Or you can help children make good choices or even better choices by asking, what should Junie B. Jones do next? As you read the books, stop at different spots and ask, what should she do next? Once you've gotten an answer, continue reading on to find out what Junie does, and then pause again and discuss if she made a good choice or a bad choice. I hope you enjoy the book, and maybe you'll grow to like Junie B. Jones like I did. Maybe you'll find that she might not be the right character for you, but I've grown to love her despite her bad grammar and sometimes disobedience and funny words like Pischetti. Enjoy!